What's going on, guys? We're back here. We're back here with another video. This is on Saros TV, and it says the Loli defense is getting out of hand. And you know what? I kind of hate the fact I know what the fuck I know what Loli is, but I wanted a job on the internet, so there's going to be some weirdo stuff I was going to find out that I wasn't really going to like, but I know it. So here we go. My bad. So this is Saros TV. The Loli defense is getting out of hand. I first became familiar with Loli after the debacle with the streamer Vosh and the fact that he was on stream live, he was clicking on certain folders, and he ended up basically accidentally putting his lolly folder on live. Immediately ended the stream, but it was too late. Everybody already saw it. So now looks like Saros TV. That was a bad incident. I think happened over a year ago. But now we're back. Saros TV is here, and he's going to talk about the insanity of the lolly defense. Let's go. We get it.
Anime has become mainstream. It is now the biggest forefront of a lot of industries. There's Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's going outstanding. Anime is still hard for people to get into though. It's not because it's inaccessible. There's many ways to watch it. Crunchyroll, Hulu. You go on YouTube right now. Crunchyroll has the entirety of Demon Slayer up for free. You can just watch it. Didn't know that was a thing. I think it's preparing for the movie because I know it's gonna do crazy numbers here. It's because it's intensely accessible. It's weirdly accessible in the weirdest, most overwhelming ways possible. If you try to dip your toe in, you're suddenly knee deep in a pastel fever dream of nonsense. One character is both 12 and 10,000 years old. There's a cat with a gun, and someone's getting yelled at by their dinner, like the food itself. You wanted to see what the
I have no idea what the fuck anime he's been watching. My anime is like Inuyasha, My Hero Academia, Naruto. I gotta rewatch Attack on Titan. I think I finished the first season. I just didn't pick it back up, but it was a really good show, and I really want to look at it again. But I don't know I don't know any of this weirdo genre stuff. I don't know what that is. Whatever anime they're looking at, we're not on the same. I don't know what that shit is.
hype was all about, but instead you're watching a high schooler turn to a chainsaw and fight demons made out of trauma metaphors and breakfast food. Shout out Chainsaw Man. And everyone's acting like this is the normal one. Chainsaw Man's pretty normal among the grand thing. Yes, that's normal. And there's always that moment where a new viewer stumbles into something bizarre, accidentally watching Food Wars. That's dumb. Just avoid Food Wars. I read Food Wars to completion and I had to not read it in public. I had to go to the library.
I'm gonna take his word for it and not do it, but I'm gonna be so honest right now. That is, whoa. I don't even want to begin to understand where that came from. What the hell? I was accidentally streaming. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I am not a streamer. No, I record my videos ahead of time. I am not a streamer. That was, the fuck was I even streaming to? I don't even know what. Where was I even streaming to? Doesn't even make any sense. Right. Hold on. Ignore me for a second. That should be fine. That was weird. That was really weird. That was so weird. Anyway, back to the video. Stop streaming, weirdo. Fuck.
And I had to sit in the far corner. It was odd to read. I didn't want somebody to come up and get me kicked out of the library. Each fight in Food Wars, I can't even put screens up. Go watch the first episode of Food Wars. It's nuts. It's like you're having an existential crisis about watching this. Or you try to watch something classic like Neon Genesis Evangelion, only to find yourself crying about the philosophical meaning of daddy issues inside a biomechanical trauma machine piloted by depressed teens. Shinji, you suck. That's what it is. Even in the most grounded shows, there's often one scene where someone's inexplicitly turns into a hamster, or the opening theme is like a laser battle and it's like a drunk jazz band. It's really cool. And the fans don't help. The fans don't help at all. If you ask for a beginner-friendly anime, you get like 47 different titles, each with 300 episodes, 17 movies, and then you got to do some comprehensive reading and watch a YouTube explain video. Oh, just start with One Piece. No.
You don't just start with One Piece. One Piece is still happening. I've been watching One Piece since I was a kid. I'm about to be 27 years old. I haven't watched One Piece since I was 10, and it's still going on. If I'm not going to catch up, hey, if you want to go ahead and do it, go right ahead. Ain't nobody going to stop you. You are a grown adult. But I'm going to be real honest, it's not worth it. It's not. Even if you wait till it's finished, and then I think the last time I checked, it said it's got about 10 years left. At that point, just wait for the video explaining the entire plot. It's way bad. Just more likely to just do that.
My God, this is nuts. I've aged 5 years in 2 episodes. Why am I invested in this reindeer doctor? Why is he crying about mushrooms? What is this? Anthony helicopter. This is insane. Anime is beautiful, intense, and it's full of unmatched creativity. But it's also loud, chaotic, tonally unpredictable, and dripping with enough cultural whiplash to make a newcomer's brain explode. But with all this said, I gotta talk about the biggest issue with anime, the lollies. Recently, I have begun to start reading That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Isekai, I love it. It's pretty good. And then I watched the anime after reading the light novel, thinking that I could get some physical representation. And then I got to a specific character, Milim Neva. Milim, just to say Milim. Milim is like 10,000 years old and acts like a child. That's what it is. And I was thinking about this, and I asked a few fans, said, how do you guys feel about Milim? And they said, that's my favorite character. She's my waifu. I love her so much. Anime has a deep, festering problem with the word lolly. And no amount of, it's just fiction is going to wash that stink off. I'm so sick of this defense where people say, you're getting mad about cartoons, bro? Listen, and I mean this with my whole chest. I mean this with my whole body. If I were to draw something with...
Hold on. First off, yes, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna start because you know what? I started reading a book about me. Because then there's sometimes some videos and just like some I do, I might start just taking notes. Just when I start hearing stuff, I want to go back if I ever is a follow up to a video. I'm like, oh, I remember this. So give me one second. This isn't a hell of a situation now. There we go. Now, a couple things. Because I've gotten familiar with this mainly because against my will. Let me rephrase this: against my will. I've never wanted to know about Loli. I never wanted to give a fuck about Loli. That was never in my area of anime or in motherfucking the internet. That just letting out the internet is fucking weird. And two, anime is also fucking weird. So hold on. So first of all, waifu. I feel like that means what the fuck does waifu? Hold on. Hey Siri, what does waifu mean?
Wi-Fi is a trademark term, as a noun.
Not Wi-Fi. Hey Siri, what does waifu mean?
Several of the white foods excluded.
God damn it. Siri's not being helpful. I'm guessing that's like they're saying that's their wifey or whatever, but that's just how they say it in fucking weeb, I guess. Fuck yes. Also, saying they're getting just angry or weird about cartoons. These are not just cartoons. I'm sorry. These are literally drawn children in a sexual manner. That's what Lolly is. So when I hear you say, are you really worried about drawn cartoons? I look at you not just with a side eye, but a scrunched up face, because that's a weird defense that a lot of people enjoy Lolly do. So that lets me know you're weird. And B, it's not just cartoons. I think just summing this up as just being mad about cartoons is the wildest shit I have heard in my entire life. It is complete and utter bullshit. Saying it's just ridiculous. Talking about outside. Motherfucking talking about just drawn cartoon. Okay.
exquisite detail, horrifying, evil, and messed up in its actions, I'm still visualizing it for people to see, right? I'm still doing that. Here goes the thing. The moment you can't watch a fantasy anime without, let's say, toddler coated vampire queen pouting in thigh high socks.
You see what the fuck? Just cartoons. No, the fuck. No, it's not. You're being weird when you just sum this up to just being mad about drawn cartoons. You're being really weird. And you're being weird intentionally trying not to be looked at. You're just saying it's cartoons. No, it's not. I didn't even know about that. That shit's weird. Hold on. What did he say? Hold on.
Let's say toddler coated vampire queen pouting in
A toddler coated vampire queen. A toddler coated vampire queen in thigh high. Bro, that's not just a cartoon. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not just a cartoon. What are you? They're weird. Lolly. If you enjoy Lolly, if you have Lolly folders, you need to be investigated. You need to be investigated. Because that's a step too close to watching children. That's way too close to CSAM. It's really too close to CP. I think it's CP. I don't give a fuck. They try to say it's anime, it's just cartoons, and that's CP. I don't give a fuck. That's what that is. Oh, I'm way too far.
doing that. Here goes the thing. The moment you can't watch a fantasy anime without, let's say, toddler coated vampire queen pouting in thigh high socks, something's gone off the rails. It's not just a weird trope, it's a whole pipeline of soft pedal perversion. It's strange, and it's the high-pitched giggles. I'll be watching an epic battle unfold, and then here comes the 5,000-year-old being with the body of somebody in the single digits, blushing when someone calling a teenage boy master, and suddenly everyone's acting like this is peak storytelling. I love this.
We got different definitions of peak storytelling. I'm sorry, just when it comes to covering stuff like this and covering stuff just weird shit, especially like this. There's some weird communities out here, like on the internet, and there's just some weird communities out here. And they're underbelly communities, but the fact that certain things are getting mainstream, those underbelly communities are starting to are starting to come to the forefront, and it's just making it like the more people get into anime, they're gonna start finding this stuff out, and I don't think the normal public is gonna be very accepting of. Not even very accepting. They are going to boycott. Hopefully, there is a lot of pushback and a lot of upheaval when it comes to things like Wally.
I bought a figure. It's her in lingerie. It's pink. It's bait.
Please go to jail. For the love of God, go to jail.
It's bait for PDFs. You know what I mean? Without saying it out loud. Oh, but she's 9,000 years old. Doesn't matter. That defense is lazy.
Dude, I don't care if she's 9,000 years old. She looks like she looks like a toddler. I don't care if they say she's 9,000 years old. She looks like a toddler. You know what you're doing. And the whole she looks 9,000 years old. Stop it. You're trying to find a reason to watch this shit, and you need to stop.
It's a soulless cop out. You know it is. It's a sleazy loophole built to let animators and fans distance themselves from the uncomfortable truth. I would be fine if she acted like a grown woman, but still had the appearance. If she acted mature or reasonable, but she talks like a single digit. She acts like a single digit. She throws tantrums, rides on shoulders, eats candy. It's a plot point. Somehow has fully animated Venn diagrams on her chest that is like B cups. And women can have smaller chest receptacles. I've been with petite women, but this is different. This is real different because petite women don't act like literal newborns. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. It's so odd. I just don't get it. It's so dumb.
People are weird as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. People are weird, fucking I'm calling them degenerate, but I feel like that's not enough of a vulgar word to use for this. I really don't. But I feel like degenerate is too soft of a word for what the fuck this is. It's not just dumb, it's fucking weird. And if there was ever a time to call Chris Hansen and get him in a space where he could take down a lot of potential creeps and a lot of potential predators, the Loli community is right there. I'm not even joking. I feel like you could catch a good handful because Lolly is weird. It's too close to CP. You're riding the line way too close. You're riding it way too close. Somebody please call Chris Hansen on the Lolly community, please.
You're not convincing anyone that this is about lore or deep characterization. You're just hiding fictional characters and numbers to justify fictional grooming. No one says, but she's ancient when it's a wrinkled old woman. They only say that when it's a literal doll in a frilly dress. That's what it is. That's what's happening. I made a video about this a while back. It's right here. Peaked at about 8,000 views, and all the majority of the comments are people defending it. I wish for those people to come back because I've got better arguments now. I've got better things to say. I've gotten better at speaking. What's worse is that I'll try to get a friend into new anime and they'll bump into it. You're trying to get into a new isekai or a slice of life. And before the first episode is over, there's a girl with the body of just the kindergartners and the voice of a balloon animal. Why does she have the romantic subplot of a grown-ass adult? It's not even subtle anymore. Monogatari, a dragon maid. It's a series like ReZero. They slip this trope in all the time. Seasoning, or fans eat it up. Where they defend it. Oh my god. But she's not really a kid.
Please stop. I'm not even joking. She's not really a child. We're not playing that game. We're not playing the game. I'm not doing it. No, that is a child. She's drawn like a child. She looks like a child. She acts like a child. Just because the writer and whoever drew it said she's 5,000 or 9,000 years old, I don't give a fuck. That is a child. I don't give a fuck. Jesus.
Then why does she act like one? Why is she drawn like one? Why is her entire purpose to activate this deeply uncomfortable fantasy for someone watching it? Why is that? Oh, she's innocent. She just likes candy. It's cute. Little sister? So, little
I'm so glad I've never stumbled on these communities. I'm so glad my anime is light year, light years away from that shit. I couldn't imagine getting into a new anime, and there's so much of this here. I couldn't imagine getting into a new anime, and there's just lolly all over the fucking place. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd turn it the fuck off, and I'd just be like, I just give up on anime at that point. I'm, you know what? This isn't for me. I tried, and it just wasn't for me.
It's like little sister, is what you said? Yeah, it's like a little sister. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. My brain must have melted through my ear. It's like a little sister. So, why do you have a figurine with her and thigh highs and barely clothed? Is what I would like to ask. Chris Hansen's here. He wants you to take a seat, I think, is what I want to know.
Please.
Because the trope behind lollies, it's like a symptom of a culture too comfortable with infantilizing women. It blurs the line between cuteness and corruption, between harmless stylization and overt sexualization. The fact that entire genres exist where these infantile characters are objectified and fetishized on purpose should be setting off every moral fire alarm we've got, but instead it's normalized. People cosplay them, collect figurines, post screenshots and memes fun, but we're not dancing around something deeply and viscerally wrong. It's the grossest thing I've ever seen. It's disgusting. It's gross. The worst thing for me is that the effect is long lasting. It teaches new viewers, especially younger ones, that it's normal to see women infantilized, to see age and maturity treated as interchangeable variables, to associate youth with appeal in the promiscuous variety. In ways that gets more disturbing the more you think about it. And why is your brain to expect it, to stop questioning it, to tolerate it? That's not just creepy, it's cultural rot. And we're marinating in it every time we laugh it off. Oh, she's 5,000 years old. LOL.
No, do I think it's like an. Here's what I'm at with this. When I hear things like Tyler Coated Vampire Queen, or I hear like, I don't think it's infantilizing women. I think it's getting away with being attracted to something that looks like a child and having the fact that the age is so high, thousands of years old, as a cop out. I don't know if it's about infantilizing women. I don't know if it's that, but as far as the just it being weird and it being creepy in PDF file, I think it has more to do with trying to be able to be attracted to a child without getting not even just looked at, but somehow that's normalized. Because for some reason anime is just normalized for shit like that. It's weird. The more you think we're just children being portrayed as adults and adult themes more than I'm not saying there's like TV shows in America that are like that too. There's TV shows there's like Euphoria. Back in the day it was like Degrassi, Skins. But that's not that. Those were adults pretending to be high schoolers. Still weird. But these are drawings of children in sexual clothing. But the one cop out you have is that the author said that she's 5,000 or 10,000 years old. Knock it the fuck off. I don't think it's about infantilizing women. I think it's trying to be able to be a weirdo and look at simulated. They don't even call it simulated CP. They get offended by that. Basically, drawing CP and have an out for being able to look at it. You can lie and say it's the plot. You could lie and say it's the character design. You could lie and say you love the drawing. You can lie and say you like the lore. You're trying to look at John CP and have an out for looking at it. That's it. That's pretty much what I think this is, to be honest.
Well, ha 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 ha. No, it's disgusting. I think what's agitating the most to me and it gets me so pissed is that it's unnecessary. There are so many amazing female characters in anime, strong, nuanced, flawed, interesting, and yet writers still circle back to the same lazy, pandering trope of, oh, the magical child woman hybrid who exists just to be protected, infantilized, or even worse, lusted after. It devalues the entire medium. It treats anyone outside the fandom that anime can't be taken seriously, that it's too immature to tell stories without dipping into something viscerally exploitative. And it's what keeps fans around. You're gross. That's why people don't get into anime. You're disgusting. You know what sucks? If you bring this up, anime fans will come for your throat. They'll say, oh, you're a prude. You're an outsider. You just don't understand anime. Maybe it's not about understanding anime because I'm not going to do bar for bar back and forth with you about how I've seen Crying Freeman, Gurren Lagann, Outlaw Star. I'm not going to go back my entire catalog with you. I'm not going to do that. I think it's about understanding how dangerously easy it is to normalize the acceptance of something unacceptable when it's wrapped in animation and labeled as just a trope. Maybe it's about not letting
That part I do agree with. I don't think it has anything to do with trying to infantilize women. I don't think it's about that. If that's true, they wouldn't have the looking like children. They would just have the grown women acting like children, act like mature, acting like damsel in distress, and infantilize women of needing like a strong male figure to take care of them and make all the choices because they can't do it themselves. Like a princess waiting for her knight in shining armor, basic type of shit. First of all, when I hear prude, I don't think of somebody not okay with infantilizing women. When I think of infantilized women, I feel like them having that, somebody being infantilized is having no agency over themselves and needing somebody else to make choices, decisions, and overall direction, be the direction in that person's life. When I hear prude in this, prude are out. First of all, prude is a very interesting word to use for not being okay with drawn, simulated CP. Calling me prude is wild. Because people call people prude for certain things that is looked at as taboo. Being looked at as taboo is probably not even the first thing. Taboo is not the word I would use for this. BDSM is taboo. Certain things in BDSM are taboo. Dominatrixes are taboo. Stuff like that's taboo. Lolly is fucking disgusting. So when I hear somebody say prude, I'm like, bro, I'm a prude because this doesn't go past the line of or some sort of boundary of things I don't want to look at. The fact I won't open a boundary for this outsider because you're not like the rest of them. You don't enjoy this because you're looked at as some prude dude who's not into this, and you're looked at as an outsider because you guys are fucking weird. You're making anime look weird as shit. And not it's not even just anime, it's just like a genre of basically a medium and a genre of entertainment. But the fact that that entertainment is being used in a way to exploitation. I don't think exploitation excuse the behavior of somebody looking at simulated CP and excusing the behavior as oh it's just cartoons, oh that's just anime, oh you don't get it, oh you're a prude, oh you're an outsider. That makes you look weird because this is a weird I don't even want to call it subgenre of anime. This is some weird like radioactive fucking Lolly is like an abortion that lived. Nah, I don't know if I say that. Not an abortion that lived, but Lolly is a fucking. It's just a deformed. I don't want to say some genre anime, even though it is. It's like a deformed, disturbed underbelly should have been left buried underneath the cellar subgenre of anime, but it wasn't. And now the door to the basement is open, and then this disgusting thing is coming out that is Lolly. I don't think it's infantilizing women. I think it's just an excuse. I think it's just a way to look at, draw, and look up CP, but do it under the umbrella of anime as a way to use as plausible deniability. On God. That's it. That's what I think this shit is for real.
letting fiction become a shield for what we never tolerate in reality. Maybe it's about remembering that media shapes culture and culture shapes people. And if we keep bending over backwards to defend this Lalita obsession, we're telling a whole generation this is fine. See, anime fans have this exhausting habit of defending literally anything as just part of a culture, as if it's a rage, it's like a magical disinfectant for every uncomfortable, morally questionable, or outright creepy moment in the show. You bring up how weird is that a high school student has a romance with their teacher, and that character who looks like a literal infantile creature is hypersexualized, and suddenly you're the bad guy. You don't get it. You're too Western.
I'll accept being too Western if that means I don't gotta accept this. I will accept being too Western if it means I do not have to accept this. I'm perfectly fine with that. 100%. I'm glad I'm too Western for that. I really am.
Taking it too seriously. No, some stuff is just weird. But some stuff is just uncomfortable, and pretending it's sacred just because it's aired with subtitles doesn't make it better. It makes it more insidious, that right? To anybody that's gonna comment and defend this, I just want to say this part is specifically for you. I know you're gonna say this blanket defense of too cultural. You're dodging criticism without engaging with the actual problem. It's not cultural when a camera pans slowly up a single digit character's body that looks like a single digit character's body while she moans about ice cream. That's not traditional.
You can't say it's just cartoons. You can't just say it's just cartoons after this. You can't just say that. that can't be the defense for this. It's just cartoons. Dude, when did I see the Billy and Mandy doing this? When did I see the Codename Kids Next Door doing this? When did I see Johnny from Johnny Test doing this? What the fuck are you talking? Dexter and his sister and Dexter the Portrait. When the Powerpuff Girl? What are you talking about? It's not just cartoons. This is a weird fucking subgenre that these lolly people are fucking weird, dude. It's just fucking weird, man. And the defenses make it even worse.
Pandering. It's not deep world building when a 3,000-year-old character who looks like your little sister, right, is in a swimsuit and saying she loves the protagonist. That's not a unique narrative. That's bait. Loving anime doesn't mean you have to defend every bizarre trope with your life. You can thing and still call out parts that suck. I want to point this out. I love Gurren Lagann, but second half is a drag to get through. Just gonna keep it a beam with you. I love Naruto, but man, they really messed up in the end part. Bleach is very hard to get into, but I love it. It's very hard to get into. Bleach is just difficult to get into. It's overly edgy for some odd reason. One Piece is horribly difficult for a lot of people to get past. And there's a lot of things that don't make sense in One Piece that get retconned. That happens. That's a real thing. That's so real. That's a real thing. I can insult and critique. My favorite game is Oni Musha. Favorite game of all time. Not many people are gonna like that game. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. It's just not realistic. It's just real. That's just real. You don't have to defend everything. I think that you're just protecting the parts of it that should have been questioned years ago. That's just what it is. Anime fans are shooting themselves in the foot. No, they're unloading the whole clip onto themselves every time they bend over backwards to defend the most morally questionable, skin-crawling, obviously messed up stuff in the medium just to protect anime. You are not protecting anime by defending.
Where the more I get on the internet and the longer I stay doing this, the more I realize something very weird, whether it's content or a content creator or anybody, just the behavior that's going to be allowed to slide, which is kind of weird. I don't know why this is allowed to slide. I guess either people don't know, it's not mainstream enough, or the crowd that does just chalks up to its cartoons. Because a lot of people can get away with a lot of stuff for just saying, "Oh, it's just cartoons." Like a lot of people can get away with that. Because you've seen like certain adult cartoons, and there's certain things that happen with children in those cartoons, but it's a cartoon. So he gets it out, and I wonder if the fact that they're chalking up to it's a cartoon as a way to make a definitive out. Which I said earlier, they're just using the veil of anime or veil of cartoon in order to watch this disgusting shit. And I think because it's a cartoon, a lot of people are not going to be as serious about how disgusting and potentially dangerous this is because they're just talking to this as cartoons.
Lollies. I just want to point that out. You're not defending culture by saying it's just fantasy. When a grown man does that to a single-digit coded character and calls it pure, what you're doing is turning away curious potential fans who want to get into anime but don't want to feel like they need a lawyer or a therapist to get through episode 3 of your favorite show. So seriously, you cannot scream these two sentences saying anime deserves mainstream respect and then scream it's not that deep the moment someone raises a valid concern. You want the world to take the art form seriously, but you treat criticism like it's an attack and not a chance to clean house. If someone points out that something looks predatory, weird, exploitative, maybe instead of immediately building a wall of, well, that's just how it is, you sit down and think, wait, why is this a reoccurring thing? Why is this normalized? Because every time you defend the indefensible, you make it harder for good creators to shine, for diverse stories to be told, and for the medium to grow beyond being seen as a niche for socially stunted weirdos. You're not shielding anime, you're stagnating it. You're not helping your parts of the problem. Anyways, I just want to stop here. That's all I gotta say. I don't really know what else to go from here. I do want to say this though. That last video I made about this was strange. You guys were going tooth and nail defending this. It was psychotic. I don't know what that was about. Don't know if you guys changed. I hope you did. I really do. I understand. I grasp it. And I love Rukia from Bleach. Character that is built petite, acts like a grown woman, doesn't act infantile at all, just has a small body, big head. Just some women are built that way. I grasp it. I'm not stupid. If you commented and said, well, so I know women that are like this, then by all means, cool, great, fantastic. That's great. That's so cool.
Is this pretty much
That's
the
like
last
being
video?
bratty as opposed to being infantile, which is
I think this is just mainly like him just continuing it. But nah, this is what we dealing with nowadays is motherfuckers using anime as a veil to look basically at children fucking. That Voss shit had fucking Lolly in it involving horses. Like there's been like some disgusting displays of Lolly, and I guess people are just willing to fight tooth and nail to watch this shit. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we'll see an update from this, but saying as now a lot of people know about this, and there's a lot of defenders of it, there'll probably be another Lolly controversy sometime soon. I won't be but thank you guys for checking out this video with me, and I'll see you guys next time I'm out here reacting. Peace.